Lady! Melanie.
Hey guys, that was great.
Thanks, Lady.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it. It was very nostalgic.
Were you able to see it?
I was.
Good.
I was, yeah. And I used my imagination.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get closer? Yeah. Oh, okay, I can. Just felt hard. So, do you guys have questions?
Ooh, yeah.
Do you want me to start? I'll start. I have questions. I was taking notes. This was my first time to see it, and this was fantastic. Okay, so who picked the music?
I'd say it was like 50-50, right?
Yeah, the only...
A lot of homages to Roswell.
Yeah, that was. You could feel that.
Well, the only song in there that was in the script was the last montage, the Leonard Cohen Happens in the Heart. The script was written by Majandra. So that was the only one in there, and I would say... So music and score are different. So music is songs. Score is like genre,
Instrumentals.
right? So I'm trying to think of all the songs. The only one I remember.
You know, that was you. And
Yes, Still the Night was, I was driving, I remember, I was on Coors in Alameda.
That aquarium, man. That
The
song.
makeout
was you.
scene?
Yeah. Wasn't that you, that song?
Who's making out?
She's with the guy that she's like, do you want to touch my
Brandon.
tail?
Oh, I
The
needed
guy that I made
needed
out with
the
was
animals
also
in
named
it.
Brandon.
Just kidding.
Go ahead.
Everything's consenting in this film.
I felt bad for him. No, I was like, I'm so sorry.
It's true.
Every
No,
take
the
of
an-
it,
yeah,
I'm
the
so
animals
sorry.
was a big. The animals was a big. Yeah, it was that and Still the Night by Whitesnake, and then I think the rest, music-wise, was yours.
Well, the Lhasa de Sela song was definitely me.
Because my Spanish is.
And he said, why does she sound so angry? Which was a joke. And then the Parallel Universe song was definitely me.
Yeah. And then you sent me for Low Beam
Yeah,
is the we actually got to shoot in the Roswell Sci-Fi Museum.
Oh, I had too much to dream last night. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh sorry. Yeah, Low Beam comes after that,
Yeah.
right? Those you're kind of you're a 65er. I was a 35er.
Yeah, I mean, but when I was having to say both.
Music-wise,
Okay.
percentage.
I don't. Okay, got it. Oh, got
Like
it.
I picked my beats where she had Intergalactic was in the script for
Comedic
a
purposes.
massive montage, which we decided to cut short
Okay.
because we're never really gonna get well, we could get Intergalactic.
Well, no, we were.
It doesn't matter whether you get 3 or 5 seconds
Got it.
or a whole song.
Okay.
They're all it's the same price.
Well, of course, yeah.
So Intergalactic, which when we decided that, what we thought was funny was it's such an iconic song. When we're doing the whole edit, and we're not professional, we have the final say, but we're not the professionals. We thought it would be really funny to do a really short montage.
Like we
And
didn't
it
even have
ends
the budget.
before the song
Yeah.
really kicks off. We get a kick out of it every time.
No one else laughs except these two.
And the audience just goes like, I don't even know. Was that a skip in the record? Not that you guys know records or vinyls anymore. Maybe you do because vinyls are coming back. But it's funny, it kills us every time. And it was like, it's purposeful, but it's purposeful for what you're working with and for. Because of how we did this whole thing. What raise money through Indiegogo. You know, we're not dealing with multi-million-dollar budgets.
It
we're
was meant to
dealing with.
like connotate that we didn't have the budget for your usual sci-fi, like getting into the uniform, leather jacket on, putting it, no, we didn't have.
We bought
the
those
budget.
leather jackets from our own
Or anybody
money
shooting us putting them on.
and have still not been
Reimbursed.
reimbursed.
Wait, do you have them?
Yeah.
Why don't you bring them and we do photo, not this.
I had an idea of
Okay.
doing that, and Majandra was like, "It's so cheap."
Well, because you said naked, with the jackets, but naked.
I didn't say naked. I said tops off.
Sorry, tops off.
Okay, well, let's put a pin in that part of
Yeah.
it. We'll discuss this offline.
Fair enough. And it's tarps.
Speaking of
I'm
tops
Canadian.
off. Speaking of
Tarps. Well, no. Tarps are hockey jerseys.
Oh, okay.
Tarps.
Okay.
Okay.
Speaking of shirts off, how long did it take? How like extensive is that brand? Because it looked very expensive. How long did that take to put on?
Oh, the branding, yeah.
You have the
Media.
first part of the story, and I have the
Well, putting it on,
20%.
yeah.
Just like any man, any woman will do the first 80%, and we do the last 20, and then we get credit for it.
And we get paid 80% on the dollar.
I think
80 cents on the dollar. No, Mireya was there. It was Michelle and you, and it was intense. It was a real process. At the end, Padre has like a ton of brandings, and we didn't even get to do them all because
Yep.
it took a long time. Spoiler alert.
So-
You see 'em, yeah.
Yeah, so there was like multiple brandings, and then like how different you have to make it. And I know it was difficult for you guys to see maybe with like the backlit screen. So this wasn't a Game of Thrones on HBO movie. It doesn't exist. So here's what we're gonna do first of all. Everyone who's here, you get a link. If you want to submit your email or wherever we've got to send it,
So you can see it.
so you can see it on your own computer screen without a link. Because there was, I think, certain things, like we made them. And there was like,
Also,
not
without
sure I can see that. Like,
without the like dance music playing.
yeah, and we have dance music in the back and everything else. So you guys will all get a link if you even want to rewatch it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get a link, you can actually see it, the music will be a little better. It'll be, this wasn't 5.0 and we have a 5.0 version, but like for your computer's stereo will be perfectly fine, or your earbuds or whatever you guys wear. So if you guys want to come here, we'll send you the link. The color's better, everything's else. It's a whole, this is what we're learning as people who've done a show for the first time too, of like, how do you, like, we've had so many reiterations of this whole, we premiered at ATX, and I nearly lost my mind because of how bad the sound was. And so I went back to the sound guy and was like, dude, and we spent another 75 hours in the whole sound. And I still don't like this. So I'm still learning, like, it's really amazing how important every person in the process is. It's not her face on screen or mine. It is ultimately, but it's not ultimately, because what happens is, if you don't hear it, if you don't say it, if you can't see it, if the mixes are bad, so, if the construction of a set is bad, whatever it may be, it's so amazing when you look at a show that's got a crew of 125?
Yeah, but I'm so sorry to say it has been a process. It's nailed in tight. But when you put it on a bed sheet with techno playing, it's a different experience, and we're excited for you guys to see how it really is.
I'm glad we all experienced that together.
Me
though.
too.
Yeah.
I was
Like,
like,
that
this
was-
is amazing.
Yeah, I had a really good time personally.
Yeah, same. Same.
the Snooki cameo was fun. That was fun.
Who knows Nicole here?
Who's a Snooki fan?
Snooki fan, sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
the People's
there you go.
Princess.
Yes.
Right?
The People's Princess.
Wow. So that was super fun. When D&T gets picked up, do you envision, would that be fun to do more fun cameos with very potentially off-the-wall guests pulling from your personal Rolodex?
I mean, I don't know how much off the wall that was a very special circumstance. But we will stop being friends with Jace and Fehr and Nick Wexler and Katie Hyde, unless they are
Sure.
on the show.
Nick's really busy, so.
Oh no, just cut off communication.
Okay.
We plan on roping them all in.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
That's great.
And so, we'd love to have her back. Reoccurring?
Yeah, we had dinner with her last night.
If she's not busy, she's probably busy.
no, it's right. But what you want? Yes, I mean they're all. The reason we're doing this is for the love of the Roswell fans. Like it's a love letter to them.
And to the show. Our love letter to the show.
That's what I mean.
Oh, sorry, that's just a fan.
Yeah,
To
and
fans and
to
fans.
fans.
It's very nice. It's
And
lovely.
so, but like I'll be honest, I never saw Jason's role on the new.
Yeah, the new one. Yeah, the other one, as we call it.
Yeah.
And so, but what I would want is something completely, totally different. Like something that, because the reason we did this was she's forever Maria DeLuca. I'm forever Michael Garrett. But I can't play Michael Garrett. Like I got too many kids, I'm too old, I'm too beaten down.
I feel like you're doing it right now.
Yeah, I feel like you're.
Maybe.
Yeah,
That's
anyway.
fine. But it's not the guy, like, I don't have, I got steam for certain stuff, but I don't have, like, it was a real,
You have steam.
But don't you
No,
think
but-
Michael
no,
would
but-
evolve?
no, but what I'm saying
So
is,
you think Michael's a little tired, a little sleepy right now? He's got a ton of kids.
but no one wants to sleep, no one wants to see Michael as sleepy.
They're gonna say that no one wants to sleep with him. They do.
No.
And they want to watch him
But
sleeping.
no one wants to see him sleepy, right? Like, 'cause he lives in their brain as this thing.
Who here, show of hands, wants to see Michael sleepy or sleeping?
Yeah.
We just want to see
You're half
Michael.
and half. You're good. But what I'm saying is, like, I remember reading about X-Files when Duchovny and Gillian Anderson came back, and he said he didn't know if what he would come back with was a reproduction of what he did
Okay.
or an extension of what he did.
Right.
And so I am very leery of reproducing Michael because it's inauthentic.
Okay.
Because it's not where I am. It's not where I was.
Yeah.
Like I'm not where I was, and so what we're trying to do is something where I don't have to replicate Michael. I got this ding dong, Jake Barron.
I thought he
That
was talking about me. I was like, go.
I got this ding dong Jake Barron who is in a place in his life which is similar to Michael, but it's not the same, but I can put some different spins on it. I can do a little different things with it. The relationship ultimately is a push-pull, punch-block, love-hate thing, which is what I think everyone loved about Michael and Maria. But I don't have to, like I did that when you were 18, so fuck off before you even, you weren't 17.
17.
You weren't 17.
Groomer.
So you weren't, when I was 20, how old?
I'm 43, and you're 46.
Okay, so I was,
Fast math.
yeah,
Fast math.
22.
18, 19.
2021.
I was 17.
No. So we go to 21. So I'm 21, and I'm 46. I'm 46 now. So.
But he's hired by now.
But no one wants to see a tired Michael Garrett.
I think you underestimate how much your fans love Michael Garrett.
I'll say this. I don't want to see
Okay,
a tired
fair.
Michael
Well, that's different.
That's where we're perfect. That's a great answer.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
I don't because he's so important to me.
Sure, and he's preserved in time.
He's so I love the show so much, and I don't mind if people love the new Roswell a lot either.
Sounds like you do a little bit.
Well, no, that's a separate conversation.
Okay.
No, I really don't mind if you do because it's a whole thing. It doesn't take away from what we did.
Yeah.
But I possess Michael Garrett. I'm gonna be selfish for a second.
Go for it. This is all friends. It's all friends here.
I offer him to you.
Yes.
And then you guys accept him or you don't. For every character I play. And you can throw him back at me or you can bring him into your hearts. And Michael Garrett was brought into every person's heart. Well, not every, there's some dreamers. They're all fucked up.
They're on the wrong side of history.
They're on the wrong side of history. But that guy's in my heart.
Right.
And so I don't want to betray him. And so, I'll never do Michael Garrett again. But what I do want to do is find something similar, something interesting, and that's what we tried to do with Fehr and Toluca.
No, that's
That
right.
was such a thou doth protest to God.
geez.
But it leads into another
6 months.
question that I have.
Yes,
So
thank you,
that's
Amy.
good.
Thank you.
When you were making this, did
You
it?
get to answer this first, because I've talked way too much.
Did it?
Women only speak, 25%
Is that true?
in movies, yeah. So I'm trying to do that.
You
So
guys are
any-
even interrupting each other.
Lainey and I,
It's fine.
because we only have 25%
We
to
have
fill.
to share it.
Yeah, we gotta share.
Yeah.
It's not just one woman.
It's two of us, and we have to share the 25%.
We're fucking scrambling.
I'm doing the math in my head.
Well, I don't know why. That's weird. When you were making this and working together again, did it feel like old times, or did it feel like something completely new and different? I said it really fast, so thank you.
Thank you. So that you gave me, yeah, I'm like, okay, I got it. I would say it felt, there's a lot of similarities to the time before, but it did feel like something very different because so much of it was funded by the fans, the Dans, our board, and they also showed up to work on it. So it was a very cool thing. It was women suddenly that have never been on a set before, eventually running transpo.
Yeah.
It was, to me, it was one of the most magical work experiences of my life, for sure. And shooting Roswell was a lot more cushy. So it didn't,
Because somebody else was paying for it.
oh yeah, and just you're babied and coddled, and this was more just guerrilla, but it was so much fun.
Yeah, I have two.
I'm sure.
As you should.
As a man.
Yeah.
Okay, we know. We all know. Anyways, no, this didn't get started until we shot a first trailer concept thing. And we had the concept of BNT in our head. Majandra had written it.
Under a male pseudonym. No, I'm kidding. No, but I just thought about it. But you know what I mean? Yeah, sorry. We're gonna stop on the whole women. Man.
No. She had straight written the concept, but what I didn't know was because we hadn't spoken in so long. There was a falling out, none of your business. We had a falling out, and what was funny was we had gotten back in touch, and I said, I don't know if we're fooling ourselves. Like, we're old, we got kids, we're married to different people. Like, what is, like, does anyone want any of this back? We were close to 17 years of Roswell back then. I think we're at 25 now. And so I got her out to New Mexico to shoot like our first little trailer. It's like 6 minutes long. I'm not trying to push it, but it's not even monetized. You can go watch it on our YouTube trailer.
It's funny.
Okay, thank you very much. And I went, thank you, Ethan. So I went, oh, okay, like, we're not fooling ourselves, we still got it. And then we shot another one, and we did this, and then we just kind of went full plunge in the middle of COVID to shoot this show. I remember me and her, and I'll say this, there was one day you had to test every second day, and if someone got tested, it was a nightmare.
No, it's just
It was so stressful. Like, we have such a micro budget, and then we have to give like 30% of it to COVID testing and COVID protocol. So yeah, so it was a
So
lot.
we were getting close to lunch, and we were shooting the scene, and they're like, Brendan Majandra, the only ones that need to be tested yet, basically like over this mic, and we're like
hiding.
we're not gonna go. We're awful people, by the
I
way.
was gonna say, setting a good example for the rest.
No, it's not.
It
But
was
we
just
were,
a thing of like, oh
like,
my god.
like we didn't have
what
any
is-
symptoms. But we didn't want to get.
We knew that
It's a
we-
really wild thing where we
But
didn't
we
want to
were
get shut
also-
down because no one else would get paid their fees.
And we were losing crew people to illness. They got better. Everyone's fine. No RIPs. They were falling off. Like, there was a couple. And we were like, uh-oh. And we knew we just didn't have the same setup as any other pilot. We knew that if it wasn't going to be postponed, it would just be done forever. So we were like, oh my gosh, look, I'm in the trailer. Like, maybe I forgot to get tested. And they were like, Brendan and Connor, like, yelling for us.
So they were like, you need to go. And I was literally directing a scene she was like intimately involved in. And I was just like, we gotta shut this short. We gotta go get tested. So they, did the whole nose swab thing, and we did it. We were clear, which
we knew we would.
but it was a wild, like it was a little bit of a wild time, and I don't want to dismiss anyone who like wears a mask on every day or wears a mask on a plane, and I don't want to
Oh, no, not at all. It was
Like,
more
I-
a thing of like, oh, this is it. Like,
It was a real, but you find out what side of the line you fall on.
basically, we will break laws and harm people.
And we
to make this
fell
show.
on the wrong side of the line.
And history.
Michael and Maria, by the way, are in different penitentiaries. Michael's in a men's prison. Maria's in a woman's prison.
I hope so.
And we send explicit love letters to each other.
You actually
We have
can't.
no children. So that's the Roswell reboot. Is this prison settlement thing of sending explicit, maybe getting conjugal visits. I might pass a couple cigs to the guy to get a conjugal visit. So that's what the whole.
Wait, what are you in prison for? Now you have to say.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
faking
geez.
COVID tests.
COVID
I
test.
think Michael's
That's true.
fighting people.
He's
Yeah.
fighting
I
people.
know. You know what? I'll never be in for murder because I killed the first person in Roswell.
Oh, right, because
Michael
You
did.
killed your dad, right?
No, I killed a guy who was gonna.
Agent Pierce.
Thank you,
Agent
Agent Pierce.
So I killed Agent
David
Pierce.
Conrad.
So you can't put me in prison for. You can't put me in there
That's
for
exactly
murder.
why. Like
That is what prison.
No.
Yeah, okay.
I got bold after that.
Okay, so like tax fraud.
Al Capone, not the worst. Not the worst example.
All
Why
right.
you in prison?
Probably having to cover some shit up for you, like Teresa Benucci or whatever her name is, from, like tax fraud by accident.
I can kill people, but I can't handle my own shit. Unbelievable.
I don't know. Maria would be in prison for aggravated assault on you.
Domestic violence.
Yeah.
It's straight domestic violence from
No,
Maria.
I can't think of what it was. Yeah. Uh-huh. I'll think of something.
Okay.
I think it involves her mom too.
Speaking of her mom, she was in what we just watched, which was great.
Mhm.
Have you guys counted how many Roswell references you put in this?
Oh yeah, like
Did you
little
guys
Easter
count?
eggs?
No.
No?
So, okay, can we go to the audience?
Yeah.
If you want, all two of you. How many Easter eggs did you see? Yell them out. Smash, like just
285 sign.
285, yeah, north versus south.
The 4 kids were dressed like the Jews.
Yes, thank you. Oh my God, no one ever picks up on that.
And no one knows their real name.
Dupes.
The Dupes?
No, but they're not the Dukes in
Oh
this.
boy. Okay, well,
It's real Dupes now.
this is opening a new tab. You're opening a new tab.
But
we're still
that's
on.
kind of exciting.
No, I know.
I'm not going to tell them.
Opening a new tab.
Okay, yes.
Trash down waitress outfit.
Yes,
Yes, and that was, I had all three of my daughters in this film.
Yeah.
that was his daughter in the crash run uniform.
What?
Your wife? No?
My what?
Your wife.
Was your wife in it?
No,
He's refusing to acknowledge he has a wife right now.
It was a
I don't know why.
joke. It's a Michael Garrett joke. He'd never be married.
No, she was a good sport and not in it.
No,
She's
no,
like
no. All
hard
three of
boundary.
them. She drove all my daughters. No, she was the
She was
sweetest.
on set, though.
She put up. Do you know what it takes to pull this off and then have to be the wife of the psycho who sends out all the merch and all like?
And
the-
she helped with the merch.
Oh, she set me up with. Oh yeah.
Her best friend was
so-
in it though. Everyone else, she supported on it, but she was like,
So-
I'm good.
So my daughter was the waitress, my oldest. There's a brief thing of my middle one, only because we shot it in New Mexico. It's not because Majandra was
In
like, my
class,
kids aren't
middle
going to
child.
be. She was like,
She's like,
screw
all
my
the
kids, they're not
kids.
going to. Her kids are.
My
definitely.
kids cannot handle like anything. His kids are so lovely and like listen. And then your youngest is, the star.
The youngest is Ondine, who pricks the horse with a pin
And at the end, is in the. Yeah.
and does that, and then is in the prison thing at the end, and then all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but it's not out of love. It's just out of not having anyone. Just so everyone knows. We're just trying to keep it. We're trying to get it out there to you guys.
Keep it in the budget.
It's
you
good.
know?
I'm
Exactly.
clarified that it wasn't for love. We were worried.
I love to. It's almost like child labor.
Yeah, it's like we're not gonna tell.
It's 100% child
Well,
labor.
and you guys
Why?
worked with emus. You guys worked with emus. What was that like?
Well, that was weird. That was the yard of a friend of Brendan's, of course.
Yeah.
That's what Maria would go to jail for. It's like she didn't realize she's not allowed to have that many mamas or whatever. But that was, we had to run through it, and then those just popped up. It was not planned. It was terrifying.
So we needed a pool
Yeah.
for a scene Majandra had wrote, and I had a friend with a pool who was 5 minutes down the road. And he has emus, I have chickens, I get rid of all my roosters.
There's only one rooster allowed in the house. That's who you give the roosters to?
They obliterate chickens.
Well, these roosters, I now love to know that they're yours. Like, what a fun fact. The scene where we're in the pool, just the entire time. Rooster sounds. Like, just
Cock-a-doodle-doo?
literally.
No, but high pitched,
But
like
Lainey, where I was like, we have to ADR this entire thing. And we're like, what? It was just. And then
So-
clearly we didn't.
no, we actually didn't. So what happened was, so my neighbor who I'm friends with, we have a euchre night every month. It's great. We play cards and all that stuff. And he lent us his pool. He had a big enough field for everyone to park in, which is a big thing. Like, but you don't understand, like, crew parking. Even like this is a small show, and the amount of
The vehicles.
crew that has to park close enough where you go, if it's not close, I gotta hire a bus driver, and then the bus driver's gotta be there. It's kind of a really wild thing, the things you take, for advantage.
For granted.
For granted.
I will
The
say,
things you take for granted are really
Yeah.
wild. And so as soon as we were 3 days in and we went, oh, this is what we've been doing for our whole lives, that other people have been delegating, organizing,
Makes you
doing.
appreciate it too.
So,
totally.
by the way, this is our manager, Lainey,
Who works very hard.
who works very hard for us, and I'm sure she's doing the same thing, and we have no idea what's going on. But,
Oh, big time.
you needed like a big, like we worked on a super small budget, so you need a super small thing and this, and they give it to me for free, and we had a pool, and they actually do have llamas, roosters, chickens, alpacas, ostriches, and everything else. And so my kids take care of that when they go on vacation. So I know like how to handle them to a certain degree because we've got to walk through all. So I was like, it's one of those things where like, if you don't do this, if you don't do this, if they stay. And it was really like, it was a lot of fun to kind of do. And the emu
Yeah.
thing,
The
emo,
emo
I am
movie.
emo.
Also, that's a great
Sad about Michael being
Sad
tired.
about not being like, yeah. No, but that was an improv line. Like we don't have.
Because they just came for us.
Well,
Like we
yeah.
needed to run through it, and they just started to like come at us. It was terrifying.
So Majandra's script is really interesting if you see what's on screen. I think most of the lines are on screen, but some of the situations where she would text me or email me or call me, and she was like, this is just not what I envisioned. And I was like, yeah, no, me neither. But like,
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
we were, this is the best we came up with
Like,
to move the story forward.
Yeah, like reconciling with that sometimes. You're like, I had that so in mind a certain way, but no, you're so. I feel like shooting a show, period, but especially independently, is kind of like throwing a wedding every day, you know? And it's like every day the party starts over again, but you're not there to party, you're there to like.
It's working.
Exactly, you're there to set the tone and set the scene and lay everything out or whatever. And you're trying to make it look like a $25,000 wedding or like $4,000, you know, that kind of thing. And so, no, nothing really was similar to what I had in my mind, but it's like, what are you gonna do? And I loved the way everything came out. It was, yeah. But the fucking, whatever those were they emus? Like, what were
They were
they?
emus. Yeah, emus.
Those were, that's
Those
one of
were
those where
emus.
like, we don't have an animal handler.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, this thing is running after us,
Yeah.
and it was just like gold.
Well, there was one day we had it was for the convention, the Comic-Con-ish, which we shot in a church.
And by the way, we thought that attendance looked so dismal.
What are you trying to why?
That's it. Okay. I just, when I wrote it, I thought it would look.
Thank you for taking the hit, because
It's my pleasure.
I don't have,
How is this a hit on you? What?
I would have had to say it, and then it would have been.
No one had to
No,
say
no,
anything.
but no,
We
but-
didn't say anything.
But we had that, like, that was, we were in Berlin, and we had a couple of choices. So we shot, like, on a super small budget, we went to 3 different cities, like, we traveled. So we put up the crew and hotel. We paid for, like, a whole bunch of others, you know, whatever 3 different cities, 3 different hotels, finding 3 different rates and all that stuff. Like, it's a big thing. It's literally like throwing this con. Like, if you want to do something for the first time ever, you're going to feel like a massive hit. And a first restaurant, a first business, a first show, you're going to feel you don't know everything, even though you know a lot. And it's really interesting. And so, you know, and I'll say this, as a first con for this thing, me and Majandra, from the get-go, and Lainey was held out of this conversation as our
Cool.
manager.
Love that.
No, but we went, we're in, because we did this 2 years ago, or I'm gonna say 2, I know it's 3. I'm just gonna make myself feel better and say we shot this 2 years ago. We did it and we went, it's really hard to do this thing. And so doing a con which is not a bigger scale, but the same scale, but a different scale. I wouldn't know how to kind of do the whole thing, where it was something that we felt we needed to support, like, from the get-go. So as soon as we were contacted, we were like, we're in, we're going, like, and it's super hard to pull something like this off. And hopefully it gets bigger and bigger.
And
everything
now,
else.
just to add, something we could never pull off is, after this, there is free food and drinks on the 4th floor. That's it. I'm not kidding. That is a true.
That's actually
that is
true.
a fact.
If you go up that elevator after this whole thing, you can get drinks and free food, and they're good. You're good to go.
4th floor.
All right. Okay.
Well, cool that you guys just plugged the show. Love that.
Yeah.
Did any of y'all have questions before we move on?
We want
Yes.
questions.
Yes.
And we want critiques.
Well,
It's hard to critique.
No, I'll do it.
Yeah.
exactly. We weren't done.
Yes. Easter eggs got waylaid. Yes, eraser room. Weather balloon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the
That's
real
fun.
Roswell High.
Oh, thank you, lady. That's right. Good eye. That was the real
Oh.
Roswell High.
So this was a massive get for us, right, Roswell? Do you want
The Roswell High.
to? Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm interested in other questions. Does anyone, if you have them, yeah, please.
I have an Easter egg and one question.
Love that.
First Easter egg, the sheriff was looking at case files, and they showed old files with millions of newspapers. That was an intro.
That was a sorry.
No, it wasn't the intro of Roswell.
Not the exact same thing, but
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
Thank you. Here we go.
Yeah, that.
Hey, if you got questions,
Thank
come on
you
up.
so much. Thank you.
Yes, it was this. We were actually, you know what? We didn't.
It was an Easter egg in your veins. You didn't even know.
Yeah, it really was. I actually didn't try. So we have an editor, obviously, for this whole thing.
Yeah.
And he's good. And then I had kind of I had a pass, and then Majandra gets the final
I
pass.
thought you said I had a past. I'm like, yes.
And it was no.
JC.
And then because like we're just all built differently for the production process. And I think I can say this: you're not built for. You could do it, but for this, like, you don't want. Ooh, man, I'm already.
Yeah, you like. I don't know what you're gonna say, but I wouldn't.
I also just say it because it's like, are you going to talk about editing?
Yeah,
Okay, well,
but you're like you want.
things edited, distilled.
She sent me a book on brevity.
I literally sent him a book about how to say things more succinctly and editing what you say.
But we recently did another movie, and she's like, I can send you the clip, and you were not interested.
Yeah, I don't like to watch myself on camera.
So it's hard
That's fair.
to send her. It's hard to send her something we're editing when she doesn't like to watch herself because she doesn't
I'll tell you this.
watch
the edit
herself.
it was
like, which is not unusual. It's super usual, and I don't like
loves to watch himself.
Wow.
You'll be like, Majandra, come sit.
I have so many
Look at
mirrors
this
in my house.
audition. Look at this audition I just
I have
Good, right?
so many mirrors in my house. No, but I actually don't, but I can separate it.
You actually don't have so many mirrors in your house?
I don't have so many
Okay,
mirrors.
just asking.
He's like, very good.
But I can separate it because it's the only it's the way I got better.
Sure.
Like I had a girl that we convinced her.
Oh,
She was
boy.
a woman. She was
Where's
a
this
woman.
going?
I know. I don't know the terminology. Forgive me. I'm still a boy. I'm a man.
We know.
I got more laughs than anything on the show.
Because it was. It's funny because it's true.
We didn't get to this gentleman's question.
Yeah,
so
can we
just-
finish
we
with
need
his
to-
question?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're never rambler.
I know, so sorry. What is your question, sir?
I was gonna ask how much.
Come on up, buddy. Come on.
Come on up.
Sorry.
Yeah,
that's
no,
not too
we can
much.
put you on the
Sorry.
spot now.
I have to make you feel like work for the question.
You guys have touched on the editing, but I was just curious, did you have a final say on every shot with every scene with the editing, or did you have input, or did the editor just put it together and you guys said, okay, that's it? I was just
Yeah,
curious.
no, we had our editor put it together based on just like his professionalism and what he knows to be true and he follows like the script or whatever. And
So
then-
the editor is quickly to interrupt. He was the editor of Night Shift, which I brought on not to say no, but like of a TV show on NBC, like
I remember
on the show I did. Like so he was
He's a professional.
he's a professional, not like us. So that's the best I could do. And we love, by the way, we love Bones.
Yeah, he was also like a producer. Like he's
Okay.
Yeah,
very
he's-
important. His take and his opinion and his observations are super important to us. But we do, he came with the edit and then we edited all. He edited it, so it went a second pass through Brendan and then we all got together, hunkered down,
That's great.
and then did it, the three of us like sitting at a desk for
Very
a couple hours.
collaborative.
Very collaborative.
Mahandra's the final edit.
Of course.
Like literally, I would get. Do you have a better close-up of your face on the
I'd be like,
scene?
what's with your face?
And I would literally go. I would be like, I like my face in the scene, but you know what? And then I would send her 3
I'd be like, anything.
different versions of the face I did on whatever scene it was, and she'd be like,
Ugh.
they're all bad. She's like, you picked the right one. They all.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I see why you picked that. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was our final. We were the final sort of like.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
There was
Thank
also
you.
excellent lighting. I noticed a lot of the scenes. The hotel.
What?
Thank you.
For what you could
And
see.
from
From
what
what
you
you
see,
could see,
the
that's
screen
wild.
really, because it actually is lit by a really good
Yeah,
DP, and it is good with the light. Like, if you've ever taken a photo with backlight, you're fucked, right? Like it doesn't exist. And it's the same with the screen, where you have all this beautiful Atlantic City beach streaming in and light off the water. This wasn't
This is
Game of
tough.
Thrones dark. It's super easy to see, which is
Yeah.
why we wanted to send you all the link so you can watch it on your. Not that it doesn't. It's not a
Just
big
listen,
screen
it's tough.
movie.
There's a reason
for
why
sure.
screenings aren't in lit rooms.
It's tough stuff.
Does anybody else have questions? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God. He's gonna talk for 2 hours.
From what, like, to how does this go from that to being on TV? Like, what is the process? I mean, in most cases, you don't have something shot. You have a commitment from a network and studio. You do the pilot, and then they decide. This is a very special circumstance where we were able, because of the fans, to shoot a pilot, but it would go through the same sort of circuit of finding a network that gets it, doesn't want to turn it into something else. Is it like, what about doing that, but like as a multicam with a laugh track? You want to find a place that you're aligned with, and then from there you put it out there and hope that you get a second season, and so on and so forth. Brendan? Just kidding. I answered that.
And that was great. That was concise.
Yeah, 25%. 25%.
Brevity.
I gotta know how to be concise.
Yeah, no, it was great. It
It's
was
a skill.
I'm
to
just gonna
learn.
say brevity like 5 times, so
Perfect.
it's not brevity.
Brevity,
It's
brevity.
not brevis?
Breviatus.
Butthead?
Yeah.
Brevis.
Any other questions?
I love that there's a dog, guys. There's a dog.
Hi.
I'm just curious, do you have a story arc in mind?
Great
Or
question.
is it once you get picked up, are you gonna then have a whole story?
No, it's like there's 7 years already. There's a Bible. Now, do we change the Bible? Sorry. Do I change the Bible? When, like, if we're talking to a certain network and they're like, gosh, we love this so much.
How quiet I am. Like flexes her muscles.
There is definitely a Bible. Obviously, certain things might have to change based on like the input of a studio and a network, but it's pretty tight.
Yeah, Majandra's got a whole.
A tight,
So,
a tight hole.
It's a tight hole.
Hole. A tight hole. Why can't you hear that?
I got a pole.
'Cause
Hold the
you've
hole
got a
or
pole?
hold the pole. It's my hockey career.
Stay in line.
You just gotta stick
Hold
with
the
your
pole?
teammate. Hold the hole or hold the pole.
Is that a hockey thing?
Sure is.
Ah.
Okay. Anyways, Majandra is the genius behind the whole thing. I came to her begging because I thought we had more chemistry together.
He said, can you write a script where I talk the entire time? And I said, I gotcha.
so she had this already in play, and
With David Nutter.
with David Nutter, who was one of the original people of Roswell, and I thought it was really fun. And the best part about this is I think we recognize where our strengths lie. Mine's in acting, hers isn't. Oh wait, I skipped stuff.
You skipped anything?
No, but hers is in writing, right? Like that's what she's done. She's so chose. Mine is I like the technical side, which she's not necessarily. I think she could do. I'm not going to do this. Mine's on the technical side.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
You know what I mean? You could do it. I
I'm
know
so
you
bored.
say, but like, so the best part is we actually find this interesting collaboration, even though we give each other a bunch of shit, of where we find our strengths in producing a show or going forward on this show or whatever else. And what was funny was like, it really aligns, and it doesn't mean we don't fight, doesn't mean we don't like bicker or all that stuff, but we know, I really know what she likes, and she really knows what I like, and she knows what I'm good at, and I know what she's good at, and I'll question her on writing, right? Like I'll be like, hey, smarter,
murder,
writing,
enigma.
enigma. Okay. We have.
That's what I have to say to kind of get him back on track. No.
No, but so what's fun is we actually don't get in each other's lanes.
Yeah, it's funny. Look, clearly we've had no media training. We don't know how to do these things. But on set, it is such a fucking like fine-tuned machine. I'm so sorry, Ethan. Oh my god. Sorry.
Ethan will say, yeah?
Don't repeat the word.
Oh, sorry.
And so it is a really nice, we complement each other, we also overlap in the right ways and the right things. It's just like, I mean, this is all we know how to do. This is not what we know how to do, clearly, but
We're not doing this correctly in any way.
I'm gonna have to Amazon so many books to you after this. I mean,
She sends me so many self-help books. literally, I'll get something at my door, and I'm like, what? When did I order how to be a better person? And I go, oh, it's from Majandra. I was like, oh, I guess I gotta read this. And she's like, you're not gonna read this, are you? And
I'm like, oh, are you so afraid of a book called Why Can't I Love? The drama of a gifted child. No, but look, we're terrible at this, but we are what we make up for it.
The only thing we're trying to do is throw Lady off.
We
I
made
think
a
ladies,
pact.
well, I think ladies off the rails.
We love Lady so much, and we were like, let's do it.
So,
Lady, you're gonna have to start sending us books.
How not to be terrible people.
Stop trying to give people COVID on set.
we've already read that book and we sent it back to each
Yeah,
other.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, so, yeah.
I love that you're gonna wrap it up now. Okay, were you going to?
Well, somebody should.
Lady?
No, I didn't say lady, I said
No,
lady.
I said lady.
I want more, if there's any more questions, I'd open it up.
We have time for like.
Did you, but, okay, so we look at it, hold on, I'm gonna rant. This is what I do, this is why they deal with me.
Okay.
I know this script through and through, she knows that she wrote it, she knows it through and through. But we look at it with like backlights and you can't see stuff and maybe sound or whatever else. Is there anything you didn't get?
Oh my
Because
god,
it's
the whole thing. I didn't get it watching
but
it
it's
just
also
now.
constructive criticism. Like it might not be a.
Are you saying is there something that they said that like, oh, I don't understand why that they said that or why they did that? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, was it too like? This isn't a. It is what it's gonna be
Yeah,
until we ever get picked up and then we reshoot it, we do the stuff. But like,
Sorry. How crazy of me to put the mic down.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that.
That's hard. That was hard. I mean, there's half of the things you couldn't see, and it wasn't even. That's not even a darkly lit show. That's tough. Like to say, is there anything you didn't get?
you know, but someone might say like, I didn't get this, and then we can explain it. And all
Like
of a sudden,
with
the
the
show
song.
becomes like show goes.
Right.
Oh, now I know.
Right.
That's-
But it's like what? Yeah. Sure.
Or you could. I don't care.
I don't know. This was like a pretty smart crowd. I think they understood it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love
think I
two
got-
two fucking people.
I think I got everything, but I look forward to watching it again.
Yeah.
Because you know how you always see things differently when you watch something again?
Yeah.
So I look forward definitely to watching it again, you know.
So we need, yes, so we'll send you the link. If we can get.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. We'll get everyone.
I
Right?
don't know why you're looking at me, but
I'll don't you make it your lady's problem.
Because you're not the.
Where's
idiot on the screen?
Okay. Right.
So you gotta figure it out.
Okay, I'll
That's what we
figure it
paid
out.
for.
Oh, okay.
Lady does not get paid enough.
I think I've
I
already.
mean, she doesn't get paid enough, but.
I don't, but I think I've already figured it out. So.
No, but if you, no, we would like to watch, yeah, we would like that, for this.
Maybe I'm jumping the gun, but the ending, are we supposed to know like what's happening next? Why she's going down there, looking at the picture, like, or is it just the next episode?
Yeah. It's a cliffhanger.
Okay, I'm like, that's what I didn't understand. I'm like, what's
Are you telling me I can't talk?
No. I like when you do this with the hand. You know, when this
Oh,
hand
okay.
comes out.
No, but the whole time, she's been saying she's been taken. The worst thing to do is describe as a joke. But
What do you mean? Oh.
and then she is taken at the end, clearly, with the thing. But the funny thing is, like, at what point? And I know, like, and that's where, given certain things of the darkness of the screen and everything else, is kind of hard to
Tricky.
see. So,
But you're not supposed to know like what's going on in Diane Farr's basement and all of that. Like it is supposed to be like, wait, what?
oh yeah.
the way Fred said, I was like, maybe I was supposed to see something and I
No,
missed it. Okay.
no, it's supposed to be like
What's
next week. yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it's a next week show.
Yeah.
This is probably my 13th time watching it because I got the original when it came out in the email and you can watch it in
13 is very specific.
I like
Well,
that.
it was 24 hours and you really had to cram it
Yeah,
in
you
there,
have
you
to
know?
cram
So wait, hold on.
But wait,
By the
I was
way,
her custom.
those sleeves
Yeah, the
are
bumblebee
the
sleeves.
ones you wore in.
I
the-
have my DVDs back in my room.
Yeah,
That's what
no,
the season
you
was.
have.
I love
you-
that.
no,
I love also it's a lot of this work.
You wore overalls and bumblebee sleeves in your photo.
I know. Are you telling me this? I know.
Oh yes.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that.
Oh,
It's cool watching Brennan and Majandra discover.
I can't tell her,
They're
but
both-
someone else can. Holy
No, the
shit.
bumblebee thing was a little much, but this is a real.
No, the
deep
whole
cut.
thing is a.
These
Okay.
are two Maria looks.
Yeah, it's called cosplay.
Well,
It's what
that's-
people do.
it was so satisfying as a Roswell fan to watch that show, and hopefully it gets picked up. I mean, it was just amazing.
Thank you.
We made
hope
it
so too.
for you guys. Like Majandra wrote it for you guys. We had.
I also wrote it for you. I wanted it to be your first offer. Baby's first offer.
Horrible person.
You said that. You told me that.
I know, but what I'm saying is.
On a panel.
It is. No, but you did. Like
I
she
honestly
worked
didn't
with
know. I
David
thought you
Nutter,
got
who was
offered
the
night shift. I'm so
who was
sorry.
the guy, and that's a big. Those are big shoes to fill because, like David Nutter, if you look him up, I'm not gonna get his resume or look him up, but he's the man. Majandra worked with him on the script and everything else, and then we had to manage a way to figure out a way when I approached her. Like, I still feel this is her project.
Oh.
100%. Like, put me like with a lawyer and all the rest of it. Like, I directed it.
Lawyer up,
Sure.
Brendan.
Lawyer up. I'm in.
No, but I
No,
will
I'm not
say,
going to.
David Nutter, though, like, he was the one who said, I wrote, like, this terrible script about, like, therapy. It was bad. But it was cute. He was helping me on it, and he said, honestly, you should write something. A Roswell reboot is not the thing. There's no way to ever, like, capture that, and Brendan refuses to play Michael.
We know.
He didn't
We-
say that. He did not say that.
we
but
all know.
He knew it too, yeah. So he said a Roswell reboot, you know, that's it's so hard to do those things. You should do something that's like a spiritual successor to Roswell. And that was this, and then he helped me with the whole thing. And so it's really like he was, you know, he had the idea.
I think he gave you the inspirations and you
inspiration.
pulled it off. And then, like, I rode your coattails on it.
Oh,
And I'm
Lord.
just trying to, like, as I have been since Roswell, I'm just trying to grab a little respect.
Is that what you're doing?
No,
Okay.
that's just the line.
Okay.
Michael doesn't give a
I
fuck.
gotta write this. I gotta say.
But I will say, I will say, like, it's the, I think it's the most fun we've ever done. The most thing we've ever done. It's something we're really proud of, and we want to thank every one of you for being here and watching it. And if you have any questions or anything, like,
Don't
but
ask
we
Brendan.
did it for us because you have to do something for you as an artist, right? Like something that satisfies her, a character she can play, something I can play. She does like me as much as none of us. We're a little
I don't know. After this panel, I'm like, what? No, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will say, the thing that's interesting is David Nutter had like a ton of ideas for, you know, it was very helpful. He's like, do this, do that. But like the reason this is what I focused in on in you as well is because like we're big Roswell fans. We would anticipate, like just be so excited to read every script, and we were like right there with everyone. So, yeah, like we want to honor the candy spirit and all of that.
Yeah, the candy, the
Ourselves.
M&M in a different way because we're never gonna replay those characters.
Oh my
and
God.
You. No. But what I'm saying,
You know,
like,
kidding.
no, in a different way that kind of like puts us where we are at now, right? Because like we're trying to reach new fans, but like the fans of the Roswell, we've all gone on to a different age, and so it was something fun to do on a level where, like, I don't want you to pit Jake Barrett against Michael Garrett. Like, Michael Garrett's probably going.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
pretty cool.
He's-
But
he's
we
not
don't want you to
tired.
pit anyone. So
Jake Barrett is not tired. Jake Barrett has energy. I will tell you this, I'd play Maria in a second. Go back.
would you?
Yeah. Sorry.
The cheapest laugh I've ever seen bought in Atlantic City. I've never been
Sorry,
to
no
Atlantic
one
City.
was laughing.
We were cheering.
That's
We're
called
excited. She wants to play
laughing.
Maria again.
But yeah, it really did, it came from like our love for, you know, the show. We loved it. I mean, it was a very special time, and like,
Yeah, we
It was
talked about
so
it. We
good.
laughed about it. We
fight about it.
fight about it. Like we have the whole thing, and so this was our little.
Love letter.
And it wasn't little. It was fucking massive on our parts. And it doesn't look like it because it doesn't come from a studio or network. It comes from the fans donating and buying T-shirts and pins and socks and all that shit. Like we just had to figure out how to make this thing happen. And you don't do that for someone else. You can. I'm not that big of a person. We did it for us.
We know.
But we did it for us because we think what we liked in that whole genre would reflect what you liked. We thought it was like simpatico.
Yeah, it was like when the show got canceled.
Oh, I really thought that was the end.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
It was sad.
It's not the
but
end.
it was like sad for us too. Not because we wanted, you know, yeah, like this is, at least for me, I don't know, because when, I truly don't understand what you're saying, but the engine has always been like, I loved that show. And, you know, this is our best way to do it.
Love it.
Oh no, you know, I don't know what, I just know that you'll never play Michael Garrett again. And this was the best way to get you to do
If
so.
I told you guys that that we're gonna need to take photos of all them and sign things for them, would that change what we're doing right now? Because we gotta, time is of the essence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did my 25%.
Yeah, final thoughts?
Yeah.
No, you know what? We're gonna. No. Yes. Thank you guys all for coming.
If you guys wanna line up, we'll make it super easy. You can line up literally like right in front. I'm gonna grab oh, they're right there.